St. Louis has their guy competing on the fight night this Saturday. 6'2", 78-inch reach for the featherweight division. 3 stoppage wins, a flying knee knockout. He looks to continue his winning ways, trying to move his win streak to 3-0 after defeating Charles Jourdain in Canada. We'll take a look at Sean Woodson's highlights in this video.
Oh, Till's out! It's over! It's over! It's over! That's what I'm saying, boy! Oh! He got dropped! It's over! It's over! Munoz! Oh my God!
Sean Woodson is a massive frame in the UFC's featherweight division, and seeing him in the cage, you always wonder, how does this guy cut down to 145 pounds? But the sniper has been the definition of consistency when it comes to the scales, never missing weight for a contest in his career. Woodson didn't have much of a regional career in terms of professional fights. Competing from 2016 to 2018, he only took on 5 bouts before getting the call to the Contender Series, and all the fights took place in St. Louis, Missouri. More notably about his amateur career, in my opinion, is that he started at around 185 pounds and worked his way down from middleweight to lightweight, all the way down to featherweight, where he competes now. And he even had a kickboxing fight at 215 pounds way back in his career. He whipped his ass into shape and made a mark on the regional scene in St. Louis. His striking clearly lived up to the moniker, sniping opponents, frustrating opponents, and mixing in 2 first-round finishes. He would get the call to the UFC Contender Series, dedicating the fight to his lost father. With the lack of significant UFC experience and entering the Contender Series on 3 straight decision wins regionally, his opponent and also now UFC fighter Terrence McKinney was praised as the next big thing, and this was supposed to be a steamroll performance, with Woodson coming in as the near 3-1 underdog. In the first round, McKinney was hounding the takedown. Woodson showed good defense up against the fence and landed a massive straight right when they were backed up to space, but ultimately Terrence would secure a takedown and ride the back of Woodson from the first round into the second round. But midway through, Woodson would spin out and get on top, getting back up to the feet, and he would throw a nasty flying knee, knowing McKinney's intentions to shoot for a takedown, and this would be a clear contract on the Contender Series. Exactly what the Dana White Contender Series is about, an underdog landing a massive knockout against the highly touted prospect, and Sean Woodson would be signed to the UFC at only 6-0. And after his most recent performance, he's actually fought more fights in the UFC than he ever has on the regional scene. He'd suffer a defeat in one of his first 2 UFC bouts, winning a decision in his debut. He would actually lose via submission in the 3rd round to a short notice Julian Erosa as a -500 favorite for Sean Woodson. Woodson is one of those guys that shines when he's overlooked and comes in as the underdog, winning all of his fights as an underdog, with his only career loss coming in this spot as a -500 favorite. He would come off of that loss and take out Yusuf Zalal via split decision and finally get back to finishing ways, finishing Colin Anglin with body shots no less at 4:30 of the first round. He would actually draw his next bout again as his second biggest favorite number, -375, against Luis Saldana, and he'd be fortunate in the Saldana fight being rocked early and then dropped again. Saldana threw an illegal knee strike that allowed Sean Woodson to recover and survive the next 2 rounds. The judges would deliberate and rule it a split decision draw, but nonetheless, Sean Woodson would have a great bounce back and win 2 straight fights, one against Charles Jourdain, and against Jourdain he was +175, and he was entering enemy territory, going to Jourdain's home country of Canada and picking up a split decision victory. Sean Woodson is definitely a contender in the UFC featherweight division. Let me know how far you think he can go in the UFC, having almost become a veteran of the Ultimate Fighting Championship, this being his 9th professional fight for the organization.